Now, religion and science are not the same, but religion that ignores science or that is solely couched in anti or pre-scientific worldviews is less able, that kind of religion is less able to address the spiritual and moral challenges of our time. The world's religions, I believe, offer humanity significant wisdom. I know there are some folks that would say we'd just be better off if there were no religions at all. Let's get rid of all religions. And I understand where that's coming from. And sometimes when I sing the song that John Lennon wrote, imagine no religion, I see where people are coming from with that. But I do think that these world religions offer us significant wisdom, but we have to realize that most of them were created in a time in which humanity had very little understanding of our connection with the rest of life and our place in the universe as a whole. A religion that opens our hearts and our minds to a cosmos that's much larger, that's much grander, with at least billions of years of history, as opposed to simply thousands of years of history like the young creationists believe. That kind of worldview, a worldview that sees our home as being a galaxy of 200 billion stars in a universe that has somewhere between, and counting, between 2 trillion and 6 trillion galaxies. That kind of broader perspective provides us with a spiritual perspective that is much more awe-inspiring. It's much more humility-provoking than the earth-centered and human-centered worldviews of our past. But sometimes we don't see what religion can offer science. I think it's both ways. There could be a mutually helpful relationship between the two. Too often we have approached science as being value-free, simply a value-free enterprise. And the world which we investigate scientifically is not possessing any intrinsic value at all. It's just stuff. It's just matter and motion for us to manipulate and control. In this approach, the value of the world is equated to its usefulness. We focus on its instrumentality rather than seeing the world as having inherent worth. And this contributes to the reduction of the natural world to an object to be used, manipulated, commodified, and controlled, rather than being seen as a community of life of which we are all a part. The religious impulse helps us see that community aspect of life as a whole. This objectification of nature might lead to some advances in scientific understanding and the development of many new technologies, but these scientific and technological advances are made at a significant moral cost. A moral cost which now threatens the very survival of humanity itself. We need science for greater understanding and knowledge, but we also need ethics and the intentional cultivation of wisdom to use science and to use technology in ways that will contribute to both human and other than human flourishing. Science helps us know things, but we also must learn to use that knowledge wisely for the good of all.